where my end is in the entertainment business began back in Cleveland, Ohio, listening to the club style show on WDMT 108 FM. Dean, the music machine, he hosted it. And for 2 hours, you will hear the latest of music by the hottest DJs in the city of Cleveland. So that's where my interest started. It started as hip hop and wanted to buy records and become a DJ. And then again, it went into starting to produce what I like to listen to. At the time, when I was coming up, I was more listening to the beats because I wanted to connect the beats together. So my blends became incredible. You know, you can hear some of those blends on my YouTube page. Of course, we called it mega mixing or remixing. That's what we call it. Now they call it blends or mashups. That's what they call it. You know what I mean? But that's really what it was. And back then, you would have to use a 4-track and you would have to rewind the tape and start again and rewind the tape to loop. Because back then, you know, only a few people had what they call samplers. Samplers weren't even really in vogue at the time. You know, they came as, really what I want to say is, anything that black folks thought of and needed, somehow over in Japan, they would come up with it. So we would come up with the initial idea, like having to loop tape over on the 4-track. You would rewind it, catch the beat, drop the beat with the record until you had a long loop that you could mega mix with, and you would drop other beats on top of it. That's how that used to work. And then other people come up with like the samplers, and they come up with, like when you look at Serato systems, it's all ideas that black people who did hip hop music came up with first, but then they incorporate it and make it into a simpler system, and they make all the money off of the ideas that black people make. So what I mean to say is, black people generate a lot of fucking money for a lot of different people, and often we don't generate that money for ourselves, and we come up with this, what we call swag, or the ideas, or the waves of the future that other people take and make. So, you know, that's neither here nor there. To the victors of war goes the spoils. But I say that, but now, so I veered off on that, but to come back around to what I was saying. So those 4-track situations, you would use the 4-track to loop your beats. And then that's how you also created beats. Taking and dropping needles on different parts of records and doing that before the samplers came out and made it more easier. And now today, most people don't even need to know the art of how to blend beats together, because they can just push a button and the beats sync on the Serato or the Tracton systems. That's just cheating to me. So getting back to, that's where I come into the entertainment from, just from hip hop. And then from hip hop, that got me onto the college campus as a freshman in my freshman class, DJing all the parties. And then, of course, then producing again, and then leading into opening up my CD, DVD store from off of hip hop music. And from off of hip hop music, owning my store, then I had all these stories to tell over my 15 years in retail, and that brings about the BlkIce Chronicles. And that brings about the different movies that I made, the different film festivals that the films got in and get in still today, and how we find ourselves out here on the west side, living in Las Vegas, making our way through the entertainment business out here as far as making films that actually do come out, that actually have the actors be seen, heard, recognized, and appreciated for their abilities. So hip hop, you know, hip hop from the Cleveland standpoint has taken me very far. And that whole energy of being an entrepreneur, of self-starting, of doing it yourself, DIY, that all comes from my brand of hip-hop. So stay tuned. I just wanted to tell that real quick. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't really know the story. So I decided to put it out there. You can go there and read the bio. It's on LordlandOnline.com. You can go read the bio. It's more extensive. But sometimes people don't want to read. So, you know, I'll give it to you in a nutshell. But if you want to go there, link up and hear the different mixes and read the full bio, go on to LordlandOnline.com under bio and read my bio. And that's it. The BlkIce Chronicles.